Okay. We're with it now. I remember. A lonely piano refrain echoes through your head as you sleep. It feels like it goes on forever, clumsy and uncertain of itself, stopping and starting at random. But your dreams start to fade. You realize the music is following you to the waking world, continuing even as your mind resolidifies and banishes the last few remnants of your dreams. When it finally stops, you're startled by the sudden silence. Human? Human, wake up! You slowly come to, roused by the voice of your small possum friend. You feel strangely cold and uncomfortable, your muscles stiff and achy, your head still cloudy with sleep. Your vision comes into focus. See? Human not dead. Okay. No easy breakfast for Dustin and Dustin Mom. Dustin stands on your chest, his beady black eyes staring down into yours. Dustin's mom is hovering a healthy distance away. You're not in your bedroom. How did I get here? Scary human came in a room at night, took good human away. Dustin was very, very scared, but Dustin followed you anyway to help good human. Dustin did not have a good sense of self-preservation, but good human did not get eaten. Yay, Dustin helped. You stagger to your feet, disoriented and exhausted, your limbs heavy, your head swimming. You stumble slightly, swaying as you try to keep your balance in the oddly tilted room, Dustin clinging to your shirt with his tiny claws. So this is the forbidden ring, and Wayne dragged you here in your sleep. Can you ever trust the safety of your bed again? There are two doors out of the barren room. One is a normal doorway leading to what you assume to be the hallway. The other is a door that must have been once hidden through the ruined state the wallpaper has robbed of its secrecy. We're gonna investigate the hidden door. Doesn't seem to be a clear way to open it, besides the brass circle where the handle should be. Home on the other side. We're gonna look through the hole. You lean forward, peering into the narrow opening at what lies behind the door. Marsupial was right. It's your room. Oh! Which means you'd be able to slip right back into safety of the rest of the house if you could just manage to find the handle. Exploring the forbidden wing. Cross the slanted room and exit into the hallway beyond. Before you is a long hallway, dust dances in the weak sunlight, beaming in through cracked glass. A tinge of mildew stings your nose, warning you away. Though there's nothing else to run to. Though there's nowhere else to run to right now. An ornate entryway, its door long gone, breaks the monotony of the faded wallpaper, and a staircase looms at the far end. Make your way to the large set of double doors in the middle of the hallway. You can hear the light click of claws on hardwood as Dustin's mom toddles along a safe distance behind you. Seems like some kind of entertainment room you sort of expect out of us fancy rich people who wanted to show off. The stench of mildew is strong here. You're already weak in lungs, aching from the strain of breathing in such toxic air. You can see why Tabitha doesn't want you exploring these rooms. Okay, I have to say, everything being cracked and broken and whatever else, and everybody's able to just stand there like nothing's wrong with it is insane. Insane work. There's a large painting on the far wall of the room. From a distance, it looks like it might depict the town. Dustin almost never come in here. All open space, too scary, but room behind wall is a good hiding place. Dustin hide there sometimes. He references this room behind wall. Dustin stares at what first seems to be a broken down bookshelf hanging by a single rusted hinge. There's something behind it sagging. Empty shelves, some sunless room once hidden, now revealed by the rot of this house. Ew. Painting highlights a number of old buildings and locales, many of which you've already visited. Locales, whatever. The town hall, the estate, the mines, and the clinic, still called a hospital at the time of this painting, the church, and there's somewhere you've yet to see, the historical Callaway Tremaine homesteads. Faded bronze plaque beneath reads, in commemoration of Enoch Scarlet, head of the Scarlet Hollow Landmark Revitalization Project, let the past never be forgotten. Dustin no get. Always making mark on old cloth. Does not know that cloth for eating. Okay, we'll enter the hidden room. Test each step as you make your way across the room, especially careful as you cross over the ruined section of floor in front of the bookshelf. You can hear Dustin's mom hurrying behind you. We go to dark room now? Good. Big open space. Bad. Vulnerable to attack. Space is dark, its features barely illuminated by the faint light trickling in through the myriad of cracks and holes in the walls. The wallpaper, a deep, exquisite red, adds a blood-like glow to the dimness. This is I really love the art style in this game. It is so good. The walls are lined with ornate displays, cabinets, some empty, some still presenting their antique treasures. Nestled between the cabinets, a single tall bookshelf remains standing, its occupants dusty, mostly intact. But all of these are ornamental details. Your focus is drawn to an expansive-looking antique desk in the center of the room. Good place to take a nap. Examine the desk. Top drawer. Top drawer mostly contains old-timey letter writing materials, complete with fancy dagger-shaped letter opener and a wax stamping kit emblazoned with the initials ES. You couldn't help but notice the wax has been nibbled. Red stuff stick dust and tea. Tastes good though. Underneath you find a pile of crumbling financial documents. Scrawled in neat cursive in every spot that needed a signature in the name of Enoch Scarlet. This must be his desk, meaning this must also be his study. Very bottom of the drawer, you're surprised to find a face you recognize staring back at you. Antique photograph of a young man, his blonde hair nearly white against the dark sepia background. It's Teddy. He looks almost exactly as he did in your vision. Almost. Hi, Dusk. What's up? How are you? There's a carefree look in his eye that seemed to have faded by the time he found his way to the hospital bed. Enoch must have been lying to that doctor. If the man he spoke to wasn't Teddy, why would there be a picture of him in Enoch's study? What's the drawer? The bottom. Bottom drawer jams as you attempt to pry it open. It would seem that even after all of these years, the lock on it still holds. Only you had a little more strength, but your strength is Charlie's now, isn't it? Dustin disappears from his shoulder and under the desk. Oh. A moment later, it pops open, his beady eyes beaming at you from over the edge. Inside you find it. Dustin's a real one. Dustin's a real one for sure. Inside you find a strange collection of glass vials. Their surfaces are clouded over, but you can make out what seems to be paper preserved somehow inside the containers, a hint of writing visible at the edges. You notice some of the corks have been lightly chewed. Kick names tape. Pretty good for eating. Dustin always saves these for special occasion. Tastes like old pond. Fine vintage. Reach for one of them, but hesitate before opening it. It's a fragile thing and it hums with strange energy. Excuse me? You close your eyes and focus on that hum, and to your surprise, at the back of your mind, you hear it. To Miss Maeve. I know it's been several years since my last visit, but I do hope you remember the young lad who used to find himself at your doorstep more than you probably would have liked. I write you now with the utmost urgency. Not sure if news has reached you regarding what transpired just yesterday. Many lives were lost. The town is in a frenzy. I hope to mitigate some of the damage that has been done, and thus must speak with you at once. I attempted the journey to your place of residence, but I was unable to locate it. You once told me of another way to reach you, and though it seems nothing but a half-remembered fantasy, I'm acting in desperation. I can only hope this letter finds its way to you, as you once said it would be in my hour of need. I must meet with you at your soonest convenience. Sincerely, Enoch. Reach for another. Miss Verena, trouble with tea. Your presence request at once. And another. Verena, know what you tried. Do not appreciate the attempt at subterfuge? I don't know how to pronounce that word. I'm sorry. You guys are learning that I'm illiterate. Thought we both knew what was at stake here. The boy has been dealt with. Expect me this evening for an in-person discussion. These letters are addressed to Miss Maeve, some to a Verena, all signed ES. You assume these have to be from Enoch. Many seem unimportant, just listing a time and place. You assume meetings between Enoch and whoever this Verena must be. Good nest. You step away from the desk. Oh, okay. Head down the eerie corridor, following the path laid out in the dust. No, Dustin, not go there. Dustin, come back. Turn to face Dustin's mom, who stands a little ways down the corridor from you. Posture tense. But Dustin is helping. Nothing bad will happen to Dustin with a big, strong human around. Dustin mom say no. Don't care how strong human is. Only Dustin mom know what is best for Dustin. Okay, well, Dustin's mom, you seem a little toxic. Dustin looks up at you with large, black, wet eyes. Humans will have to go on without Dustin. He clambers down from his place on your shoulder, gripping your clothes with his little clawed hands. Hope human can find human-sized hole. We go back to Dustin house now. Human should be careful. Up there always smell like hurting. That final word of caution, Dustin's mom toddled away, disappearing in some crevice that will take him back to the comfort of your dresser drawers. Continue following the tracks left by what you assume to be your fellow humans. They take you up a flight of stairs and you find yourself on the 3rd floor of the estate for the first time. There are more footprints leading the way down the hallway and into the furthest door. We'll approach the window. Carefully approach the window at the far end of the hall. That sure is a cliff. There's nothing below the window but the tops of distant trees, the ground having crumbled away. The only thing stopping you from plummeting to your death is straining foundation that somehow holds this place together. At least for now. Try to move the boxes. Do your best to shove the boxes out of the way. They feel packed full of lead. You practically hear your shoulders and hips creaking and straining with the effort, but try as you might, you can only budge them about an inch. They seem to cement themselves in place and you find yourself gasping for breath after another few desperate pushes. At least you know the handle can't be in there. No one has been in that room for some time. To the middle room! Oh. Space was clearly once a nursery, though no child has been in here for a long, long time. Top shelf is occupied by antique picture books, Dick and Jane, books of nursery rhymes, ancient editions of Grimm's fairy tales. I like how it keeps saying ancient, antique, ancient. The lower shelves are full of educational material from children's encyclopedias to writing practice workbooks. From the sheer number of learning-oriented books on the shelf, you get an impression that the children who lived here were not supposed to be as interested in fun and fiction as they were in diction and spelling. Family may have been wealthy, but maybe not in joy. Damn! She really said, damn, my family kind of sucked the life out of everything. Leaf through a few of the practice workbooks, gently turning the near-crumbling pages. Reasons Mommy should take me and Mary Bell to the zoo. 1. We have been very good girls and have not cried for a whole week. 2. Mary Bell says elephants are so big and I would like to see. 3. I think it would be fun and Mommy would have a good time. All are signed with carefully scrawled signature of Alexandra Scarlet. I hope the reveal is everything that you hoped and dreamed of. You flip through the rest of the book, your eyes unfocused as the many practice sentences and letter copying pages flash by. Something near the back of the book gives you pause. In the section that starts with the prompt, today I, Alexandra, continues with talk too much to a boy in the wall. Oh, lovely. Make your way back to the hallway. Follow the trail into the furthest room. Continue following the trail of footprints, approaching the farthest room down the hall. The door was clearly meant to be hidden, but it's been left open.
The power of the cheese.
The room is starkly empty, save for a rug and a few candelabras. The lack of dusty old boxes and rotten antique marks it as a distinct from the rest of the cluttered, forgotten spaces you've explored. You're fine. I just wasn't expecting it. Pains you to stand in this space. Emotions hung over you, strong, oppressive, and overwhelming thoughts that threaten to fill your lungs. You don't feel death here, you feel something worse, a deeper loss, one that's left a wound that has refused to scar. You can't help but fixate on the carpet in the center of the room, the corners rumpled as if it recently been moved. Move the carpet. Pull the carpet, exposing the bare floor and revealing what lies beneath. Ornate ring of sigils have been carved into the floor, 5 along the edges with a 6th in the center. The circle emits a now uncomfortable familiar feeling. You feel your gaze forced to crawl over every intricate detail of the carving in front of you. Yay! The serpents wrapped around the staff give you flashes of the room beyond the morgue and the darkness that swept through the house once it had been uncovered. The fist and chain makes you feel like you're back in the claustrophobic confines of the mains, surrounded by the angry hammering of its memories. The horns of the same nightmarish, dreamy feeling of the world constructed by the furious ghost of Charles Shaw Jr. The others are new to you. The feelings they emit are less intense, giving only vague impressions of what they might be tied to. Golden fields, a mewling of fresh souls, desperate to be fed, another that rings like bells in your mind, calling you not towards it, but away from it, pushing you from its threshold and into the darkness. But the central symbol, strongest of all, echoes out across the room, a vast ego proclaiming its dominance. Continue forward towards the door on the far side of the room. You exit into a short hallway. There are stairs here leading back down to the lower floors. It's just named Cheese. Okay, awesome. But there's also another door. It's hanging ajar and many locks and deadbolts along its edge glimmering in the weak morning light. The door frame itself is gouged and splintered, evidence that some desperate creature tried to save itself from the room beyond time and time again. What the fuck? Step forward. This was a prison cell. There's a cheese song? Actually, I'm not surprised by that. That's pretty good. Everything about this place reeks of neglected humanity. The walls are covered in scratches, legible words mixed in with nonsense of desperate clawing. The one window set high in the far wall is fitted with a thick pane of glass, as if the iron bars just beyond it wouldn't be enough to hold thee in prison. You can't help but notice the doll from your closet sits watching you from the bed, one eyelid drooping, adds an extra layer of menace to the already deeply unsettling room. Property of Alexandra. Pain radiating from those walls housed through your mind. Whatever lived here lived in constant torment. It says something on the wall, but I don't... This game has gotten more and more interesting. I have to say, I'm a big fan. But the etchings on the walls are more than just evidence of the suffering that went on here. Whatever was trapped in these walls was trying to send a message to you or to anyone who might have happened across it. Your eyes are drawn to the massive, almost letters dug it as deep into the brick as this cell's prisoner could manage, highlighted with whatever pigments were available. Almost looks like a word, though none of the lines, causing you to constantly doubt whether they're letters at all or just lines that fool the eye into imagining shapes that aren't there. Your stomach clenches with nausea as you run your eyes along the deep furrows in the wall. Whatever was in here wanted these words to be known. So you do your best to store them away, trying to burn the image of them into your mind, carved deep into the wall, blooding against the filthy brick. And then one final detail grabs you, a metallic glint from a filthy bare mattress, a doorknob. This is what you've been looking for. Was it left here for you? As you take it, sound wraps around you. Music, the tinkling of piano keys played by a clumsy hand. They echo up a narrow staircase at the end of the hall. Come this far, clearly you're meant to go just a little further. Stairs take you to what you assume was once a servant's quarter, a network of cramped passageway hidden away behind the expansive rooms of the estate without so much of a window for illumination. But you persist and descend deeper into the bowels of the Scarlet estate, an echoey piano, your only company. You persist and descend deeper into the bowels of the Scarlet estate, the echoing piano, your only company. Soon enough, you see light again, the sun creeping in through the edges of the nearly hidden door. You're at the end of another long corridor. Its high ceilings and tall windows are almost disorienting as you step out from the cramped, gloomy stairwell. The music echoes mournfully in the vast space. Chorus of wind, adding a melancholic harmony as it whips from the overgrown courtyard outside. Good God, dude. That means the locked door to the forbidden wing is just down the hall. But you've yet to confront your guide. We're gonna finish what we started. Music just plays on and you move cautiously through the dark. The slope now so dramatic it feels like walking downhill. Jagged remains of floorboards jutting out like splintered trees. Flow of notes finally stops as you reach an open doorway to what was once a music room. Wayne stands on a bench of a battered grand piano turning to face you. So now you've seen it, Lizzie. Makes his way down the tilted floors towards you. A breeze passes by him, carrying with it the smell from the wound that is his body. I hope you enjoyed the show. He stops just a few paces away, and I trust you understand the implications of everything you've seen. If you aren't careful and you put your faith in the wrong people, things could go very, very wrong for you. I don't know. Phrase scrawled on that wall. What was it? Why does it feel bad to think about it? Glad you noticed. It's a weapon. Hold on to it. Joyous. It was with the doll in the room. She liked it, so I liked it too. It was nice to see it again after so many years. Huh? How do I know you're the right person to trust? If you're still asking questions like that, I know there's nothing I can say that will convince you, but I will keep looking out for you whether you trust me or not. Who lived in that last room? Wayne cocks his head almost playfully. I did. Been in that room a long, long time. Though, my being free now is meaningless in the grand scheme of things. The town itself is enough of a prison. I might as well be stuck behind that door. But at least I'm free enough to warn you. mean the town is a prison. Can't leave, no one really can. As it stands now, Scarlet Hollow doesn't like letting go of its prisoners. They may be able to cross the town line, but not without paying a price. That could be changed, though. It wasn't always this way, and it was never meant to be. We could put an end to it. Does Tabitha know about all this? Of course, why do you think she invited you here? Say nothing. I've given you a glimpse into one of your possible futures. Whether you choose to believe me or not, it's up to you. But I urge you to consider believing what your eyes have shown you. Freedom is on the line. Joyous. Trust you, but I don't know what I'm supposed to do about any of this. His shoulders seem to relax slightly as if he's relieved. Good, good. Our enemies are relying on keeping us divided. They know how much stronger we can be together. The witch holds some of the final pieces. Find her, pry them from her hands, and then everything should start falling into place. Thought feels slippery. You're unable to hold onto it. The holding is painful, like you're gripping onto it with white-knuckled fists. You're forced to let go. It fades. Unless you're already starting to forget about her. Memory is a disloyal thing, isn't it? Physically, easily manipulated. But something being missing from your head doesn't mean it's gone from the world. Before either of you say another word, he vanishes back into the shadows of the Forbidden Wing. Nothing left for you to do here but leave. Oh, okay. Make your way back to where you woke up and slot and the handle to the secret door on the wall. Twist the door, pulls back, and you stumble through your closet and back into your bedroom. Lean against the door frame, relieved at once again having a sturdy, unslipped ground beneath your feet. Moderately clean air to breathe. The state has gotten to you. After the events of this morning, your body burns with a ferocious itch to leave this place behind, be anywhere but here. Leave in the haze, mindlessly grabbing clothes and uncharged phone, barely even noticing your surroundings as you rush outside. The morning's revelations, seizing your body and mind alike with a suffocating grip. Do you see that little figure just right there? Oh, and right there. Oh, they're all coming. The cell, the doll, Wayne's insinuation that Tabitha has known about all of this, and even more that she's partaken willingly in your family's crimes. Not only that, but she has designs for you. Is it true? Tabitha needs to explain herself. There's nothing that looks like it could possibly ease the growing pit in your stomach, and if she can't explain all of this, it's so loud. She'd better have an explanation. Maybe it's time to confront her and see what she has to say for herself. I don't want to go to the police. Wayne said I need to find the witch. I should do that before doing anything else. Now isn't the time for unnecessary confrontations. Wayne told you about the finding the witch. He notably didn't tell you to take this to Tabitha. Only you have no idea where to even begin finding this witch, or, for that matter, you assume she's she, possibly be. And Carter. There's a bird place that comes to your mind when you think about the switch. Less of a place, more of a location. But less of a location, more of the idea of a location. Almost sort of location where you feel like you know where it's meant to be, but you couldn't for the life of you describe it, but you follow that important feeling. Trace the fraying threads of memory forgotten. You follow that blurry feeling, your attention drawn to the tunnel-like focus to the rhythmic falling of your feet. Your surroundings distant and unreadable. You lose sense of time as you go. Then footfall stops, and you find yourself on Scarlet Hollow's main street in front of an old bricked-up building that you don't recall ever seeing before. And yet, you know this place you meant to go. Hey! Turn to see Miles, a person you know, but who you realize now that you cannot place. Is this where he's supposed to be? Does he have something to do with the blurred space burned in your mind's eye? Lizzie, I have to talk to you. There's something going on, but I can't remember what. It has to do with Sybil and someone else. That somebody feels really important. So much wedding talk? For you, wait, hold on. For you and your lover? Or for others? I feel like if I don't remember before it's too late, somebody's gonna, never mind, that was just stupid. I just sound crazy. Doesn't sound crazy though. You feel an odd sensation as he's talking, creeping recognition. You can't seem to hold on to it, slippery thought that refuses to be fully recognized. Oh! Something's so wrong right now, like something's supposed to be here and it just isn't. So you're messed up too, this is so stupid. He tries to collect himself, wiping away his tears and choking back whatever remaining sobs he had left. Look, there's this guy on the edge of town, Julius. He's crazy, but I remember coming around and asking questions. He always said he had this notebook with him. I don't remember what he asked me, but he'll remember. You gotta go talk to him or I'll get him to show you his notebook. He probably knows more about than anybody about what's going on. I didn't want to have to ask anybody to help me, but it's like I can't think straight. I need somebody to do this for me. I don't feel like this anymore. Not again. Please not again. He shoves a map in your hands and turns away, hiding his face as it cracks with emotion. I really didn't want to ask anybody for help. That's how bad it is, okay? Don't tell anybody what I said, though. I don't need people thinking I'm crazy. And he's walking away, though where, you can't be sure. He even has a destination at all. This place seems like a dead end, but you have a new lead to follow. Okay, we'll go to the farm. As you make your way along the sunlit dirt road, you feel it tingling at the back of your skull in urgency, almost like a hand pressing you gently forward. The threat that it might become more forceful if you don't comply. Like so much crying that can only stop if you tend to it. The feeling is strange. When you try to examine it more closely, contradictory. It cries of the presence that both desires to be alone, yet at the same time needs you in its presence. It's bringing something into this world and needs your help delivering it. Pick up the pace. You lose track of your time, your attention glued to each step, your mind ceding control to your feet. They know exactly where you need to be. Trance goes. It's halted by the unlikely sight of a familiar face on the path ahead. Good. You found your way. I knew you would eventually. Going to come with me? Fortunately, I can't. Not this time. I only wanted to offer some words of encouragement. I'm afraid that's all I can offer. I would much rather be by your side through this, but the witch is dangerous to me. But not to you. She can't hurt you in any way that matters, especially now that she's at her most vulnerable. His words feel far away, not sound in your mind, and all of the thing in the farms is louder. I need you to keep walking. Just be careful of the farmer. Places a guiding hand on your back, urging you forward, and that's all it takes. Your feet are moving almost on their own. Been set on your course. Trees part, the woods thinning, and give way to the messy patches of scraggly, in-season garden vegetables seated in between a pair of farmhouses on the opposite hills. Not that the details are important. Destination is the further of the two structures. Irma, what's going on? I got a page from the sheriff, but nobody's here. Where are the cops? I called him on account of Bo went missing, and last I heard he wanted to go give Julius a piece of his mind. First the sheriff went in alongside that white deputy, the one in the sunglasses, but then something happened and there was a gunshot and this awful howling. Weren't like no creature I ever heard. That's when the other deputy, the black one, he ran in and the door shut behind him. Nobody's come out since. So everybody's inside. Starting to get concerned. I'm running out of folks to call for help. Wait, is that Lizzie? What the hell is she doing here? So weird. You're aware that this is a crime scene, right? The cops are all missing? Talking is just noise. The words don't matter. There's a humming in your head, almost like a voice, one you can barely make out, but you know it'll be clearer the closer you get to the stone. You start wandering up the farmhouse at the top of the hill. Come on, where do you think you're going? But you continue forward, you barely even notice your hand slipping over the doorknob. It's gonna be alright, Irma, we'll get Bo out of there, I promise. Now you're inside. Holy shit! Sheriff Hugby dangles in the middle of the room, an axe attached to some strange mechanism in the ceiling. It's embedded in his face, holding up its corpse in an imitation of life. Yeah, that's rough. Jesus. Careful, Joan, there are traps all over the damn place. Past the body, you see a giant pumpkin through the door to the garage, cracked open, its guts strewn across the floor. Seeds dotted across the hardwood like a trail of breadcrumbs leading to the basement stairs. What the hell is going on here? Derrickson, is the doc here yet? We need a medical professional down here. His voice is coming from the basement. That's where you need to be. It's been shot, Joan. I think you better call somebody. Doctor's here? Julius, you should let her come down. You don't really want the officer to die down here, do you? Not the one blocking the stairs. I'm the one... Not the one you gotta convince. Won't be blocked for you. The stone once. You hear. Everybody shut up. Avery, that's your name, right? Get pressure on that wound. Yes, ma'am. Get away from him, kid. But the doctor... I don't care. Let him bleed. You only make a promise for yourself, Tremaine. Dr. Kelly quickly pulls out her phone. Damn it, there's no signal here. I've got to step outside. You keep holding that wound. No one else better die while I'm gone. Doctor pulls at the door, but a weave of fibrous tendrils hold it shut. It seemed that the same forces that let all of you refuse to let anyone leave. We stuck here? What the hell are we supposed to do now? But you already know what to do. You're vaguely aware that Officer Erickson's trying to stop you, but he's too nervous to take a step. Reach the basement door and start to claw at the weird fleshy vines blocking your way. You're strong, but they relent under your touch, welcoming you down below. Just so... Who the hell? So you tried to undermine me, witch. Should have known you'd try to find a way around the rules. Trap the town. This isn't what any of us wanted. You should nullify the deal before it gets any worse. It's just unhappy. I didn't think something like this would be so opinionated. But I have a plan to placate it. If it wants a less broken body, it can have one. Then we'll see if it feels cheated enough to hold a grudge. It's not too late, Enoch. You can let Eddie have the baby and your family can go back to normal. Happy and unburdened. Clean everything up. It can be like nothing ever happened. I'll even leave the town. Manipulative hag. That's what you wanted all along, wasn't it? The horror deal was just an opportunity for you to have access to it. I know better than to hand an ounce of power over to you, Verena. Partnership has come to an end, which I will be continuing on my business. You should be grateful that I let you continue with yours. Hey, you're not dead, are you? I had to find the witch. Find the witch. The witch? Civil. So you have business with her too. Guess I should have known I probably wasn't the only one whose life she decided to fuck with. That all ends now. I'm in charge here and I'll get what was promised. Hey man, calm down. It's all good. Speak for yourself. Vision finally focuses and your mind is once again your own. Avery watches you furtively from across the room. Man, Julius holds a gun in silent threat. Franklin clutches at a nasty wound in his side, blood spilling out to the dirt floor of the unfinished basement. In the corner is Bo. Something is attached to him, the source of the awful noise. It stutters with pained inhalations. Bo is still breathing, but he doesn't look well. Stone brought you here and stuck you in the middle of another nightmare. Lizzie, we can't get to you. The door's sealed shut. Even as she yells to you, her voice is faint, barely audible beneath the now thickened roots vines that block your escape. Bring Lizzie up to speed, Julia. She looks a little shell-shocked. Where do I fucking begin? Alright, so the witch, I caught her doing some shit she shouldn't have been doing. She offered me a deal. I kept it to myself. Always wanted to raise a boy of my own. Never saw fit to give me a chance. She gave me all the means to right that injustice. Only as obvious didn't go quite the way she was supposed to. Calloway's interfered, just like always. Made so I had to hatch him earlier than he was ready, and he came out hungry. Too hungry for me to handle. Kept trying to get at me, so I had to hold him up down here. Been stuck since fucking Wednesday night. Damn roots won't let me leave, and they clogged up the drain, so I haven't been able to call that witch to get her to make things right. But I'm a man of preparedness. Figured I couldn't wait until Bo here decided to trespass. Guess he lost tussle with my boy, and the two of them wound up down here with me. Oh, that about sums it up. Guess in the end, it's only fair. Son for son. And birthday never pretty, is it? Not like doing it the old-fashioned way. It's all sunshine and roses. Just hope he winds up looking more like a person when he's done cooking. I don't give a shit about your story, Tremaine. None of that gives you a reason to shoot a cop. Self-defense, castle doctrine. Okay. You know how to contact her, the witch. Of course I fucking do. You think I'm just sort of idiot who makes a deal without some way to get out of it? Not my fault that things went to shit before I could call her up. Fact is, I tried, but the only means of contact I've got is a faucet over there. It's fed by natural spring water, and that's a preferred method of communication, like her internet, I suppose. As you can see, it's currently out of order. My boy's got his meat all in there. We won't be getting a drop out of it till he's calmed down. You have your witch as soon as this is all settled, so don't do anything stupid. None of you. Conversation is interrupted by Bo shifting uncomfortably as the creature lets out a guttural moan. So what, you're just supposed to wait until the Calloway kid dies? That's exactly right. My kid gets born and we all forget this happened. You say nothing, quietly waiting for something to happen. Have you thought about what happens after this, Julius? The sheriff's dead. Should have disarmed that trap. I knew it. I just didn't think anybody else would be coming. Don't blame yourself, kid. The sheriff knew better. That's why none of these boys ever come around here, and they know they've met their match. Oh! To answer that thinly veiled threat of yours, I can't say I give much of shit. Right now in this moment, I'm here, my boy is here, and we've got our happy little family. Gonna be tried for murder, Tremaine, but Julius doesn't answer. He just waits in silence. The shriveled creature continues to slowly kill Bo. Miles said you had a notebook that you've given him a lot of questions. He sent me to get you help fixing something that's wrong with the world. I don't want to do that one because Miles didn't want me to say anything about that. What exactly did you catch her doing that made her make a deal with you? Look, I'm a man of my word. She told me I'd get what I wanted, and I told her she would get my silence. I'll stand by that. But that being said, perhaps that had something to do with a husband of hers and whatever it was he was sick with. Husband? She's married, but she's so young. Young? That old grown? We must be talking about different people, kid. It ain't like she's married now anyway. He's been dead for some time on account of the illness. Bo squirms with discomfort. The baby seems to be digging deeper. Makes you think that Sybil's the witch. She's just helpful. Oh, sure she is. She was all kinds of helpful once I had dirt on her that she wanted to be kept quiet. And of course, all y'all think she's nice. Everybody in town drinks that tea. It seems to make people awful fond of her. Ah. Oh no, I've had her tea. Is there a way to undo it? Like I know, as far as I can tell, once she gets you going, she keeps you hooked. Craving some of her tea right now. Am I brainwashed? Is that the only reason I like her? Kid, I get the feeling you come by that sort of thinking all on your own. I don't think you ever met somebody you didn't try to like. Myself included. Bo twitches, his skin blossoming with fresh bruises as the thing takes more of him. What were the terms of the deal you made with the witch? When I caught her doing what she was doing, she offered me this ritual thing in exchange for my silence. Offered it right away, like she could just see right through me, knew exactly what I wanted most. I suppose what she didn't know was I was not the kind of man who turned somebody in anyway. Business was her business. She didn't have to bother giving me some recipe to cook a boy from dirt, blood, and pumpkin seeds, but I took it anyway. Then I just sat on it for a while, till a moment of weakness. What was the ritual? Did you do something to Duke's pumpkin? It wasn't his damn pumpkin. It was on my property, and the only reason it got as big as it was because I fed my own blood every night since the day it was planted. Bleeding on the dirt like some kind of Satan worshiper. If that don't make it mine, I don't know what does. God knows I felt crazy doing it, though. Not proud to say my judgment was a bit clouded. I was in a bad way. The thought of bringing a boy into the world was just about the only thing that made me feel like I should stick around. Not that any of you need to know about all that. Only serves an explanation as to why I trust her in the first place. Okay. We just gotta wait. Just against the wall waiting, watching the thing as it slowly solidifies, its breathing more confident as Bo's grows shallow. Can't let this happen. Attempts to lean forward, reaching with his bloodied hand for his gun, but he winces, his hand pausing, then falling back to his side. That's right, just sit and watch. I think I've put enough holes in you already. You don't need another one. Isn't somebody gonna do something? Everybody watches each other with unease. Is it alright if I sit by him? Sure, but I'll shoot you if you make any moves, kid. But I don't want to. I will. Avery shifts, settling closer to Bo. They take his hand in theirs, which doesn't seem to do anything to comfort the man as his roots sink deeper, taking more. I'm sorry, Bo. It'll be over soon, okay? You're not alone. Nobody should die alone. I can't die. But he does. The thing finally pulls away from what's left of Bo, and in place of dead man's breathing, an ungodly cry fills the room. Shh, it's alright, boy. You just killed a man. No, I watched him die. I killed you, or at least I will have if you ever finish dying. Creature's connection to the room has been severed. The house groans unnaturally, straining under the weight of the meat that's infiltrated its walls. Faucet in the corner of the room finally unclogged, bursts to life, and water pours out into the dirt floor. Wanted your witch? Well, here she comes. Did she tell you what you're supposed to do with it now? You know what it eats? I mean, what else it eats? Hands are wet, the water is spreading, pulling around you, making the floor slippery with mud. We're not calling him it. It's a proper name now, Joseph, after my father. I bought some baby food. I think he'll like cream spinach. Yeah, a pumpkin's gonna like cream spinach. Why not? Water is suddenly much higher, raises up past your ankles. Watch the other people in the room as the water slowly rises. Their faces turn to you in concern, but you can no longer make out their voices. It's like you're trying to talk behind a wall, and the flood takes you. I feel like you're choking. There's water in your lungs, or there should be. Your ears are filled with the sound of rushing current. It's cold and dark, and there are people screaming somewhere. Our bodies in the water with you, they are all dead. 1,000 corpses, 1,000 homes all torn to pieces. But the flood recedes, and it hasn't happened yet. You are the mother of a daughter, and your daughter has told you about her terrible dream. It's going to kill everybody. Not the one that had vision, not yet. It's only described to you by the daughter you've been teaching as your mother taught you. You're the one who could stop it, Mother, but you won't be strong enough. Her words are heavy. Can you be sure it's only a dream? It's not a dream. You know I've seen things before and they've always been true. Take my power, Mother. I give it willingly. It's the only path that leads anything but death. I'll take care of things like I always do. Won't. I've explored every path forward and tragedy lies behind them all. Look at the eye as the mouse and everything. All but one. Can't be that I'm destined to lose you. It's too cruel. There's only one way. There's one way to keep me with you. Take my power. I live in you as I once did. I will never leave you. Oh, damn. Reject and let 1,000 die or accept and take your daughter back. Okay, take the daughter back. Accept your daughter's decision. She is not the child she once was. And there's confidence in her that you have no choice but to respect. Take her back. Her power becomes yours. Flood does not come. The village is saved, and no one ever knows that the sacrifice was made for their lives. No one but you. Years pass. You outlive everyone you used to know. You move on. You meet new people. You start a new life. You have another daughter. This time of vision is yours. A piece of your first daughter that lives in you shows you what is coming. Rotting bodies in the streets, the smell of sickness on the wind, church bells ringing for an endless parade of funerals, an entire city whose gates will never reopen, everyone inside the walls falling to the curse of the plague. You're among their number. Your body no longer strong enough to heal even itself. You're not enough to stop it. Right. That's from playing The Witcher. Not as you are. There's another path, a narrow thread. If you were stronger, you could tug at it and unravel the tapestry of its future. Mother, what's wrong? Your daughter will never be as strong as you are, not after what you had to do, but she still carries in some of her strength. Enough. Explain it to her as I explain to you. You tell her what's coming, you explain that she has to give up. But you both will have to give up. You love your daughter. After all, you will miss her, and you will miss your first daughter. She is angry. Even when you try to explain the true part of you and that she won't die, she cries and cries as she tries to run away from you. Fate is attempting to cut its loose thread. The entire city rests on this decision. Let her go and give up on the city. Shit. Entire city rests on this decision. Do not let your daughter run away from you. No plague comes, the city never knows that it would have been a ruin. There is unhappiness in you. She didn't understand. What you took of her is angry, confused, restless. You have to carry that with you as part of the burden of what you are. No one knows the depths of what you have done for the years, yet you have not escaped notice. Find yourself in a capital in a place whose name has changed too many times to count. Wars brewing. The eyes of those who hold fate in their hands are on you. The lips asking which thread to pull, which to cut. Tapestry is once again revealed to you. War rages and never stops raging. Bleeding that spans generations. Children born to die. Decades of pain that leave all wound on the world. This is cool as fuck portion. Or it ends before it begins. If you die for the sake of many, you can guide powerful hands to crush those that need crushing. Only you have more power of your own. Call your daughter to you. Raise them differently these days. The disquiet left by the reluctant daughter taught you as a permanent lesson. They don't need convincing anymore. They are ready to return to you whenever you need them. I'm curious as to if it actually will be plunged into a war thing, or if I want to stop the war, but like I am curious if it actually take her back and stop the war before it starts. His daughter joins her sister easily, as she has been trained to do. You are the only one who remember her sacrifice and her name. Small rebellion is crushed before it comes revolution. The people in power are happy. The boys made you 2-minute noodles once? That's nice of them, though. I just like baking. I really do like baking. Leave. You don't want to see any more visions of war. You've set your sights on a place where there are no kings. And yet, even an ocean away, power finds you. A man with aspirations. Anyone who can hold power here, you have discovered it. They're vicious enough to want it. The hunger in him senses the power in you. For a time, you humor him. You allow him to give you a life of comfort, you and your daughter. You don't see a future where he ever grows more powerful than you can manage, not until the vision comes. A war like none of the world has witnessed, a fledgling nation devoured in the nest, a man who sits on a throne where none was meant to be, a world under his cruel fist, bowing to its crushing weight. Very ocean stained red by his influence. It's already on his way. You realize too late. Been too close to him to see it. Choices have already been narrowed. War is coming, whether you strike now or not. The loose thread is striking out. Mass blood with too weak to grasp it. But you have a daughter, and you've always have a daughter until you don't. Oh, damn, it just keeps getting worse. As it goes on, the choices just keep getting more and more, like... Okay, take her back and erase the man. She joins her sister, as is her destiny. Remove him from the world. Back is the complete package. The hole where he's filled... The hole where he was is filled by lesser men. God damn. None of whom remember whose shoes they're stepping into, and none of whom can hope to command the weight he would have. Blood is spilled, less blood, but you still feel every drop. Hide yourself away from the world. You and your daughter. Visions still find you, but here they are small. Decision simple. You make them all the same, helping where you can. A storm halted, a conflict settled. Till one day when you're shown a dark pit. Splintering wood, debris trapping everyone inside, bodies burning as the very rock catches fires, children screaming as their flesh bubbles in the silence. Its lungs fill with smoke. You know your choice lies in front of you. Oh, I just want to know what happens if I don't take her in. But I also want to know what happens if I just keep taking her in. Yo, this episode is cool as fuck. Oh my god. This is such a good episode. Oh, I don't know what I want to do. Take her back. She joins her sisters, as so many have before her. Disasters averted, lives are saved, and you have another daughter. That's not what happened. Not this time. Take your daughter's hand and look her in the eyes. They're green like yours. You don't want to do it this time. Stare out over the hills together as a plume of smoke rises in the air. You can't hear the screams from here. Assume you will die one day like everyone else. After all, you're long past due. Maybe you'll be lucky enough to know your grandchildren before you go. Then the man comes, and with him a vision. God damn! Loud as fuck. He's already decided he's bringing something here, something ravenous that doesn't belong. That has been pressing at the edges of your world, trying to find a way in. Has its way now, whether you help him or not. More of that thread you followed comes in focus. For the first time, you follow it beyond your death. Disaster after disaster, crisis after crisis, thousands of years of little cuts that weren't there to mend. On and on it goes, longer than you can ever hope to follow. Its toll eternal and incalculable. There's a new thread, too. If you're patient enough, strong enough, when the moment finally comes, if you do everything right, you can devour this thing that sits outside the world. It'll give you so much power that you will never have to take back a daughter again. Fix as many things as you care to fix. Floods, plagues, wars, kings. You look into her green eyes so much like yours. You can't, but you did. Take her back and summon the entity into the world. Welcome her back, as you have with every daughter before her, and you help the man. He is arrogant, he cheats the thing from another world in every way he can. He wastes your time, there will have to be more daughters before the day ever comes that this will be over. Days and daughters come and go, and you are very patient. You have to be aware. If you're to stop the hurt that would scar the world without you there to guide it. And now you're here, on the cusp of the end, the final daughter. Lizzie, what are you doing here? Are you real? No, it doesn't matter. I don't care if you're a dream or not. I already made my decision anyway. Don't bother trying to talk me out of it. Finally, I have a real purpose. Now I know what that purpose has always been. I can't go back, or it'd hang over me for the rest of my stupid small life. I was wondering, exactly is she trying to prevent? Do you even know? That thing that Enoch brought, whatever it is, breaking out, causing havoc, and all those disasters my mom would be able to stop if she takes its power for herself. So much smaller than all of that, but in this moment, it can be what stops it. It can be big enough, my life will be meaningful. How do we know any of that really happened? Doubt all you want, but I'm not taking that chance, because if I turn back now, I'll know everything my mom could have stopped will be my fault. Saw your brother today. He didn't understand what was happening, but he was so upset about it. He's most of the reason I even found you. Miles? But he doesn't even like me that much. He always thought I was bossy and annoying. He was upset? Must just be because he doesn't remember how much he hates me. If he did, he wouldn't feel that way. Really feel like you have to sacrifice yourself for your life to have meaning. Working at a shitty little general store in a dying town? Yes, I would call that pretty meaningless. Everyone out there forgot about you. It's like you didn't exist. That's okay. It's part of all of this. I'm surprised you were able to remember. That's kind of nice to think even one person might remember me when I'm gone. It's okay if you forget too. Once it's all said and done, I don't need to be remembered. No, I don't think I've ever seen you without glasses before. Huh? Of course, I should have known better to think I could hide from you. I wasn't trying to trick you for what it's worth, though I'm sure that doesn't sound very truthful. Please try to trust that this is all in your best interest. I hoped it would all be over before you could find me. I know it can be unpleasant to watch. I hope to spare you. Even if I knew in my heart that all the worthwhile roads for you to walk bring you here right before I could finish my work. But you know this has to be done to save you, to save Tabitha, to save everyone in this town. They all been stuck all along. She can't save him on her own, but I can. Wish this wasn't how it had to be, but it's the only way your story could get a happy ending. No illusion masking her words, no trickery, she's speaking her truth. Perhaps there remains a narrow path for you to walk. Of course, the scratching on the walls, this was all it was for. Say, don't know how to speak it. The thought of it brings such a sound to your lips, and the name forcing its way out, yearning to be free from your mind, and uses the dagger it is. Dagger tears into her. Everything that is not her pours out of a delicate tapestry of her existence. The parts she arranged so neatly, scattering her voices, filling the dream around you, confusion as her careful order is upended. A single dangling thread comes into focus. Lizzie, wait. You can't see now that this will benefit you because you don't understand the danger you're in. Your enemies will have made sure you can't until it's too late. I'm the only one who wants to see you walk through, but I understand why you wouldn't trust me. Of course I do. I've had to weave my own little lies as part of this ridiculous game. Please know I'm not lying now. God damn! This is cool as fuck. She's also old as fuck. If you don't believe a word I said about your safety, I'll give you something else too, something you need. It's not fair what Charlie did to you. It had to be done, of course. He couldn't stay where he was. But I can take away the burden. I can give you back your youth, your health. I only need to finish what I started. Pulling the thread. Ignore her offer, you grab the thread and pull. The delicate tapestry is unwoven, the witch's carefully work torn open, if only momentarily. Her daughter's hands are finally unbound enough to grab for their mother. Cries are a song, calling out as they drag her down into the depths of their mask, craving her warmth, her attention, her love, as it has been long since she's held them. Tapestry weaves itself shut around her. The cries grow quiet, sated. The witch is gone. Kanika catches her breath in the space once occupied by her sisters. Now she stands alone. Though she isn't really alone, not anymore. She never will be. She wears the weave of all those generations of power. Someone has to. What did you do to me? Welcome to the Dead Moms Club! I think I gave you her power, but I don't know how to use it. She never taught me anything and told me anything. Magic wasn't supposed to be real. Well, I have to do what she was going to do? How do I even know what that is? How do I save the town if I don't know what's wrong with it? God, this is so much pressure. I never asked for this. I don't think I can handle it. But you do know what's wrong with it. People are stuck here, so let's free them. You're right. I care about these people and I can do this for them, or at least try. Figure out how later. One step at a time. First step, figure out how to get out of here. This thing feels so different now. It feels like some weird dream before, and now it's like I can see how it's all put together. So if I just don't see whatever she was doing, the world around you goes dark. Moving like a current is carrying you somewhere. Whatever. You upwards. You float upwards. Your body is ascending rapidly until finally you surface. You're outside. It's raining. You have no idea where you are. Tulip? Jamie?